bludgeoning angel Dokuro Chan.
I think it's actually Dokuro. I mean, no matter what, you both sound like weebs saying it.
Well, please, I insist, Maurice. What exactly would you call this series?
No lollies, no life. That's what I would call this series.
バンの落ちまみれバットエスカリボルグピピルピルピルピピルピピピルピルピルピピルピ不思議な擬音で夢叶えてあげる
Sponsored in part by UPS.
Hello everyone, Mr. Blubberjack here today, and today I am being harassed by my three main characters, who have oddly enough turned into angels. Of course, specifically is because we are reviewing, drumroll please, no not actually, bludgeoning angel Dokuro Chan.
I think it's actually Dokuro. I mean, no matter what, you both sound like weebs saying it.
Well please, I insist, Maurice, what exactly would you call this series?
No lollies, no life. That's what I would call this series. Oh, there's that word again.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's gonna be another one of those kind of reviews.
The main character is 12! And her hotter sister is like 9.
Whoa, that's not a younger sister. But you know what they say. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
This story is written by Masako Akayo and is one of those special series that is created by two authors, specifically with the artist being named Torishimo. That's weird, he kinda has your name.
Maybe it's just common. Or perhaps the same artist that drew us in these weird outfits is also our creator!
We'll give you an A for effort, Maurice. But if your conclusion is that Mr. Blubberjack was the one that drew this series, that can easily be debunked.
When was this series written again?
Well, it started back in 2003, and the anime adaptation didn't come around until 2005, which a lot of this thing only lasted up to 2007.
I mean, it would have been a pretty cool theory, no?
No.
No, not really. Well, in all honesty, it was the only thing that was gonna help this series actually have a plot. For the most part, these characters are just fucking around.
Yeah, the anime is pretty cyclical, with its rinse and repeat kill the main character once again by the main girl protagonist. And yeah, there's not really much there. It's pretty surface level.
Mr. Blubberjack, I think before we continue with the series, we might have to explain the elephant in the room. Specifically us.
Well, if I explain you guys, then the retention on this video is gonna drop like a fucking rock. We'll just drop some significant story beats along the way. That way this doesn't become an entirely different video. With that being said, let's get into the story. Or lack thereof. As the story begins, we see our main boy protagonist Sakura-kun walking home with his other friends. This guy is Miyamoto-kun, no relation, but he's just one of our background characters. Our actual side character in this case is Suzuki-chan, which is essentially a love interest for our protagonist. But as Sakura-kun and Suzuki-chan say their farewell, Sakura-kun of course walks all the way to his house, goes to his room, and there he finds, god damn it.
Go ahead, say it. She's hot, isn't she?
Mr. Blubberjack, if you dare as hell have a nosebleed, I will cut you in two. Guys, what is up with all this pressure? God damn it. I watched this anime when I was like 12 at the time.
Is that why you're reviewing it? Because it holds a nostalgic place in your heart?
I mean, yeah, that's like half the reason.
Oh, half the reason, huh? Like cut the age in half?
No. The other reason is specifically because there's not a lot of people on YouTube that review this anime, thus let alone talk about it. It creates for very rich content that people were probably hungry for. Hungry for the content, Maurice, not hungry for the girls. Calm down.
You mean little girls.
Either way, Dokuro Chan getting totally embarrassed from the whole situation kills Sakura-kun with no hesitation. In fact, get used to this because this happens 3 times each episode. Okay, I may be a little bit lazy to go back into my notes to check that, but he dies a lot. In a weird way, this anime makes itself known of being a parody of other stories that are similar. I've never actually experienced those other animes, so I will not list them here.
PBJ, shut it! Fan service.
Whoa! Okay, Madison, you're one of my well-behaved characters, so what's the deal? You thoroughly enjoyed that scene, did you not? Okay, listen, I'm going to also explain to the audience. Yeah, the characters are underaged, but as far as the art is considered, they look nothing like children. Take this with even Dokuro Chan's sister, for crying out loud. She has big boobs. Also, keep in mind, they're imaginary fairy-type angels. So, who knows, maybe in their society, I don't know, I guess you age differently? That still doesn't make it okay. Well, okay, here. I'll mention it right now. I find Dokuro Chan hell of attractive. But if you're wondering even the slightest, no, I don't have kids on my mind. Either way, despite the fact that Dokuro Chan is a sadistic idiot who gains a large amount of pleasure from torturing Sakura-kun, Sakura-kun's father tells him that Dokuro-chan will be going to his school from here on out. Sakura-kun tells Dokuro-chan that she is not allowed to use her bludgeon to kill anybody, but it only takes her a couple of minutes to actually kill Sakura-kun again. Madison, put the fucking sword down.
But I heard what you said. You're a monster.
I told you I'm not a fucking pedophile. Shit, I can already feel the channel getting canceled by every second now. But I mean it. No more trying to kill me. It's annoying.
But Mr. Polar Bear Jack...
What do you mean, but? Sakura-kun also tells Dokuro-chan to keep her angel powers a secret, which that doesn't fucking last long. And simply because he's walking to school with a girl who might as well be his girlfriend at this point, and heck, she's an angel, the other classmates, specifically the guys, are pissed about this, jealous as all hell. Dude, this thing is for sure shitpost. Alright, let's play a drinking game. Every time that you see an animal's head or a human's head on screen, take a shot. You might actually pass out. Wait, where the hell did you guys get the beer?
Oh, you did say play a drinking game.
I wasn't talking about you guys.
I mean, honestly, we're kind of like tree people. You don't really get drunk, so technically this is okay.
So much for being the Jiminy Cricket, I see. You shouldn't even be doing this anyways.
But I've drank in the past before.
Yeah, only when I'm not looking. Where the hell do you even get those anyways?
You know, Murray, I kind of thought I was going to be the one arguing a lot with him this episode.
Yeah, me too.
I'm 5.5 inches tall, and my measurements are 34, 21, 32.
Hey, Mr. PBJ, when this review's done, why don't you give me a hot bod like that? That'd be pretty cool.
You know, sometimes I kind of wish that my other girlfriends had that kind of I mean, Sakura-kun is in the library.
Yeah, and strangely enough, Dokuro-chan is looking for Sakura-kun for very important reasons.
Yeah, going as far as even to haunt the men's restroom. Listen, I know that they say it's all genders, but come on now.
But in order to sniff out Sakura-kun, Dokuro-chan says all of his dirty secrets on the intercom. I wish he would tell everybody my dirty secrets.
Although, as Mr. Polar Bear Jack would say, shockingly, he bumps into a different angel. What the heck is wrong with you guys?
Yeah, what is wrong with you guys? Nothing. Totally nothing at all. Not the fact that she's an attractive female that's actually blonde this time and is showing her panties and what the hell is even going on in this show?
Wait, Mr. PBJ, look! That wasn't the real thing. That didn't actually happen.
Oh, thank God. She looks worse than she did before, so...
May I remind you, Mr. Polar Bear Jack, these angels are junior high students.
Yeah, but they are drawn basically as adults. That has to give me some leeway.
The only leeway is my sword in your back. So, the next time you think about penetration, think about this. Well, going back to the story, turns out that this angel actually is after Sakura-kun and wants to kill him. Instead of having a bludgeoning bat, she actually has an electric ruler, which is strong enough to kill an entire whale. This pretty character is known as Sabato and is sent from the future to kill Sakura-kun for the kind of stuff he'll do in the future, which we'll get to that point in a second.
No, let's get to it. Let's avoid denying the inevitable. In the future of 2025, oh shit.
Yeah, it's 2025 now.
Who was the artist for this anime again?
You mean the manga?
Maurice, I swear to God, if you're concluding that in this year of 2025, I have successfully crafted a skill to perpetually keep young people at the age that they are...
Well, what about us?
Oh yeah, that's right. We're technically immortal, right? We don't actually exist, or at least in people's minds we do.
Yeah, but you guys kind of technically chose your designs.
Yeah, but what if my desire was to be a big hulking man?
A man who has needs.
Well then, yeah, you're free to do that too. I don't really control you guys, you kind of act on your own accord.
I mean, it's kind of confusing because we're technically the same people. You're technically us, and we're technically you.
Perhaps that immortality ability was always the ability to draw. You think people are creating lolly cartoons nowadays? Do you think people get off on that shit?
I certainly wouldn't put it past anybody. I mean, at any point in any history, this kind of thing could actually happen. Like people making stuff that's just illegal on all accounts.
But why did the anime say 2025? It's 2025 now.
Listen, guys, I think you're... Huh? Madison, why are you crying?
Because I've done awful things in the past.
I'm still having trouble relating this to the current event of our review. There's no network to hold us back from being the worst versions of ourselves.
With no limits to what we can do anything, including the worst things.
Well, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. We are pretty fucked up people. Everyone, including us, are degenerates at some point in time. But we have to learn to live with it. It's not gonna go away. And despite how much we fuck up in the past, we still have to keep moving forward.
But that actually makes me question one thing. If this world is ruled by a god, what kind of god would allow for a world to have lolly art? Specifically, even then, Rule 34.
Yeah, like, that goes into the old thing of... If God didn't want for all the evil shit to exist on this earth, why would he let it? I mean, take me for example. I'm an angel, right? But I can also subvert that. I can show my to the
No, you cannot! But I do get what you're saying. I've kind of come to this conclusion that the only way for God to really exist is if people believe in him. Thus, the only places that don't have a God is specifically the spots in the earth where no one actually believes in him. That's assuming if we're talking about the just and holy type of God. But we all know that God is capable of doing the most evilest things. So here's an unpopular idea that God is simply just reality, and reality doesn't care about whether you live or die. So you're saying that we're all alone? Okay, this is where my sexism comes out. Only guys should really know this, that basically there's not really a fundamental God in the sense of all goodness, and simply God is only good when you're actually following with all the teachings. If you go the opposite way, you're gonna get fucked up beyond all belief. But I would argue a majority of people aren't exactly following up with whatever the Bible says, or any of their other types of religions. Sort of feels like everybody's kind of picking and choosing what they want to follow, and also hell, what they want to choose from their own religion.
So, what? Like, people create their own religions? Like, for themselves, specifically tailored to them?
Yeah, most times. And sometimes they don't even realize that they're doing it. But there has to be like some kind of ultimate truth, right? Like something that's always true? Well, I don't know about you, Madison, and every other girl, but at least for guys, we all know what's always true. That girls will always be hot.
And at any age.
Maurice, I am your technical god. I will kill you.
Well, I'm either God's favorite or he hasn't caught me yet.
And yoink.
Ah! What the hell is going on?
Well, if I should take this off, it should follow the same rules as the anime, should it not? Yeah, surprisingly, if you take the halo off of the angels in the show, they get explosive diarrhea. I don't know what's up with these writers and their diarrhea fetish.
I saw.
Speaking of which, Sakura-kun removes Dokuro Chan's halo, but it cuts his hand extremely badly. It turns out that Sakura-kun would later in the future of 2025, no relation, come up with an immortality ability to keep girls perpetually young at the age of 12. This is why Dokuro Chan came back from the future not to kill Sakura-kun, but specifically make him dumb enough to the point where he didn't make that immortality potion to do this kind of thing. This would go to further explain why Dokuro Chan is such a pain in the ass with Sakura-kun. In actuality, it's her helping him. These are the defining elements of his life that will go to affect him even further in the future. Thus, with that in tow, Sakura-kun finally gives Dokuro Chan her halo back, which returns her back to her former glory. Busty as all hell. Or in this case, all heaven. Yeah, I know, that's a bad joke. Sakura-kun also does this to Sabato in order to finally defeat her. Even though Sakura-kun made Dokuro-chan promise not to kill him for doing this, yeah, she still kills him anyways. And that is the most exciting that this series actually gets. Everything else is just complete fan service.
Give me that! Jesus Christ, I'm super dehydrated now.
Wait, Mr. Polar Jack, you didn't explain our lore.
Man, forget about lore. I like to know why you drew Dokuro-chan so small. She's supposed to be like 5 feet, right? Why does she look like she's 3?
Is she gonna be sticking around for a while, or is this a one episode kind of thing?
So many questions, so little time. But to answer all your questions at once...